health and a little wealth and a lot of love.
What about those people who are kind of on the fence about going to college or maybe going to trade school or kind of taking one of the other paths that you discussed? Would you give them any guidance on how to make that decision?
Yeah, follow your passion. And I think that, again, I know people who have 4 years degrees, certifications, and again, my brother's making more money than they are. And he didn't go to trade school. He just learned on the job. He's a hustler. Like, we're all hustlers in the Bigby family, including me. And he found a passion, and he's just learned it. I was talking to my video editor guys. They're 17 years old. I guarantee you, by the time this year is finished, they're gonna probably be breaking in six figures. I mean, that's pretty incredible, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have to learn business, though. So as you guys are video editing this, you need to learn business inside and out, accounting, all of that, marketing. And I do think that he has an unfair advantage because his pops is a very I feel like he's like the mayor of the barber city here in Charlotte. He knows everybody, and he threw me in. I was like, I need this. He's like, I got you. He's like, yes. Very talented, by the way. So yeah, that's what I recommend, is to capitalize on those unfair advantages and the networking opportunities. Like, for example, I know your god sister, and she had a chiropractic business, and the reason why she's so successful, yes, she works hard, but there's a lot of marketing. Her dad was the principal. It's a small town, and she's very well known, and so she gets a lot of patients like that.
She's a gunner too, though. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing is, she's a chiropractor. She bought a building. Her husband does all that work. They combined, and now I guarantee you, in 10, 15 years, they're buying rental properties. They're doing it right. Mm-hmm. And that's all. I'm all about that. And again, there's a lot of people that are not interested in that lifestyle. They just want to work and go home and have a work-life balance. I think it's getting harder to do that. You have to think smarter. So I am asking everyone to think smarter and do things differently, because what has happened, capitalism and all that is really gotten to a point where it's going to get very, very difficult to live within, your means. And you have to decide. That's why I think a cost-benefit analysis is so important. Don't buy that new car. Don't buy that Mustang. Don't buy that. Mustang's the first thing that popped in my head because it's big in our family. Not knocking it, but I'm just saying, if that means you are a slave to your assets. I don't want my things to own me. I want me to own my things.
Well, and if you kind of what you were alluding to, if you're going that traditional route and you're becoming an engineer, you're becoming a doctor, you're going into finance, you're not going to be working 9 to 5 and come home and be relaxed and be able to have work-life balance. I mean, these jobs, you're going to be grinding day in and day out, basically. So you've got to you have to learn how to diversify.
Exactly.
And
just like my job, I think there's some really good opportunities for me. It's hit or miss. Like last weekend I was working. It's not easy. It's not easy, and it's very, very stressful. And when things rain, they pour, and it's compounded. That's what we're going through right now. So,
God will provide.
That's right.
With a little health and a little wealth and a lot of love. That's the life that we live. Suits and scrubs.